Here's an introspective and emotional story about a man facing inner and outer turmoil, grappling with memory, loss, and redemption. The Rain Knows My Name. The Forgotten Letters. Elias was a man of silence, not because he lacked words, but because somewhere along the road of life, he'd buried them. A retired clockmaker in his late 60s, he lived in a weather-worn cottage on the edge of a misty town, where no one remembered much and everyone minded their own. Every morning, Elias wound a dusty grandfather clock, brewed strong black tea, and stared at the hills beyond the fog. He had no visitors, no children, and no photographs on the wall, only a shoebox beneath his bed, filled with unsent letters addressed to Elle. No one in town knew who Elle was. Rainfall memory. One night, the rain came harder than usual. Thunder growled like an old enemy. A knock rattled the door. It was a boy, no older than 10, soaked to the bone. His name was Aaron. He'd run from a foster home and had no plan other than to keep running. Elias could have called the authorities, but something in the boy's eyes, a defiance mingled with despair, made him stop. "You can sleep on the couch," Elias said simply, "only for the night." One night turned into a week, then 2. They didn't speak much, but small rituals grew between them. Elias showed Aaron how to mend tiny gears. Aaron, in return, helped clean the old workbench, as if repaying a debt he never named. The name in the letter one evening, Aaron found the shoebox. Elias caught him just as he opened one of the yellowed envelopes. "I'm sorry," Aaron stammered. "Who's Elle?" Elias sat down, slowly. "Lena," he said, "my daughter." He hadn't spoken her name in 23 years. Elias had once been a man of pride. When Lena told him she was leaving to marry someone he didn't approve of, he said things that couldn't be taken back. She left. Letters arrived. He never replied, only wrote back and hid them in the box. Then one day, the letters stopped. "I thought I had time," Elias whispered, "but I waited too long." The boy said nothing, just sat beside the old man as the clock ticked into the quiet. Redemption begins in silence. Later that year, with winter approaching, Elias made a decision. He and Aaron boarded a train, their destination, the city where Lena had last written from. The search was slow, painful, fruitless at first, until a nurse in a small clinic recognized the name. Lena had passed away 2 years earlier, cancer, but she had a daughter, now in foster care. Her name was Lena too, 10 years old. They found her, same eyes, same storm in her spirit. It didn't take long for her to warm to Aaron. It took longer with Elias, but over time she started calling him Grandpa. The clock still ticks. Elias returned to his cottage, but now with 2 children. The silence in the house was no longer lonely. The clocks ticked louder, almost joyfully. And the letters? He burned them one spring morning in the garden, not out of regret, but to let go. Some say when it rains in that town, you can see Elias outside, holding an umbrella for 2 children, and smiling like the rain knows his name. Because maybe, just maybe, it does.